Inflation in America is impacting prison commissary prices and Snoop Dogg's big Olympics payday. Today, I read an article on yahoo.com put out by Good Housekeeping and written by Annie O'Sullivan, titled, "You Won't Believe How Much Snoop Dogg is Being Paid to Attend the Olympics." The author of this article referenced an ex-user who sat next to an NBC executive at a dinner who said Snoop Dogg gets paid $500,000 a day plus expenses to promote the Olympics. Since the Olympics span 18 days, Snoop Dogg will make $9 million. Apparently, there is no official confirmation from NBC or the rapper about any of this. Well, my friends, here is what I don't understand. Why can't a televised event such as the Olympics stand on its own without needing celebrities to get people to watch it? If Snoop Dogg really is making $500,000 per day plus expenses, he has one of the best gigs that I have ever heard of. There are a lot of Americans who will never be able to afford to travel to the Olympics. Americans often idolize celebrities such as rappers, actors, actresses, and sports figures. Many of these people make millions of dollars. Then there are people like teachers who educate our youth who often need to scrape by. Now I realize this isn't the case for everyone. There are some teachers who work in states that pay their teachers well. Some have a lot of time off during the year and still earn a decent salary. However, there are teachers in states with school districts that try to get by with paying their teachers as little as possible. Some live paycheck to paycheck and others rely on credit to survive. We live in an interesting world. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "Nothing against Snoop, but he's hardly the reason I choose to watch the Olympics. On day one, I wondered what was up with Snoop carrying the Olympic torch. It seemed like sacrilege in a nation with so many past Olympic heroes." The next commenter said, "Meanwhile, the athletes struggle to stay in their sports and even buy tickets for their family." Another commenter said, "Just think how that money could have benefited veterans that have paid dearly to make this once great country what it was about 15 years ago." The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "The people paying $500,000 per day to this guy have lost it." What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. On the topic of well-known people, I read an interesting story on ZeroHedge.com written by Tyler Durden, likely a pseudonym for writers at Zero Hedge, titled, "Newsom Hires $200,000 per year celebrity photographer for glamour shots." According to the author, the California governor hired a celebrity photographer with a $200,000 annual salary to enhance his public image. This photographer has captured images of Mark Zuckerberg, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama. The author indicates the photos aren't just to document events. They are to create a curated image of him as a hands-on leader. Well, my friends, we live in a world of hype. I'm not going to comment about the California governor, but I have personally known people who aren't all that intelligent or accomplished, but they have the right image, which has helped them succeed. The public perceived them as the right people for their respective roles. In reality, they really weren't. There's that old saying, image is everything. In some ways, that is true. I've seen it happen. I found this next story to be really interesting. This was on ZeroHedge.com, written by Tyler Durden, titled, "How Overpriced Are Basic Necessities in Prison." According to the author, prisoners in the U.S. get soap, toilet paper, a toothbrush, toothpaste, clothes, and 3 meals per day. They have to pay for additional food and religious and hygiene items themselves. The author indicates inflation has driven up prices in prison commissaries. A packet of ramen that costs 20 cents at Walmart costs as much as 65 cents in prison. The problem is, Average prison wages top out at a maximum of 52 cents per hour. This is according to an ACLU report from 2022. Well, my friends, it is interesting how expensive some items are depending on where you purchase them. When I visit an airport, I am often disgusted by how expensive food costs. When I am at a sports game at a stadium, I refuse to waste money on food because of the price. If you visit a university food court, the prices are often extreme. If you visit a theme park, watch out. You are going to break the bank in order to cover the cost of food for a family. Until I read this article today, I would have never even thought to consider prices in a prison. The author went on to share a chart from the ACLU, which discussed the number of hours a person working an average prison job would need to work to afford different items. Someone would need to work 10.9 hours to afford toothpaste, 10.1 hours to afford deodorant, 8.3 hours to afford peanut butter, and 4.5 hours to afford mac and cheese. Be grateful you are not in prison earning 53 cents per hour. Your life could be totally different. However bad you think your life is on the outside, it could be a lot worse if you were in the big house. Earlier today, I talked about how I refuse to pay for food at a sports game at a stadium. Well, some people do spend money at games, and this next story provides details about an interesting type of food that is available. I read this story on CNN Business, written by Ramisha Maruf, titled, America's Latest Deliciously Horrifying Stadium Food, Cotton Candy Burrito. According to the author, the NFL's Arizona Cardinals unveiled a cotton candy burrito at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona for the 2024 season. If you are wondering what's inside this thing, I'll tell you. Cotton candy flavored ice cream, Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops, marshmallows, Skittles, mini M&Ms, gummy bears, and sprinkles. Well, my friends, I don't really like sugar. And I don't like stadium food prices, so I would never buy this. For people who do love sugar, it doesn't get any better than this. I hope they don't feed this to any kids. I can't imagine how hyper they might get. Now you might be wondering how much one of these cotton candy burritos costs. Well, it's $15. For me, I'd rather spend my $15 on something else, but that's just me. What do you think? Would you pay $15 for a cotton candy burrito? Let me know in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.